stop exactly where you are. Freeze your hand right over the screen, and do not dare swipe past this millisecond, because your life has just been violently intercepted by an absolute, non-negotiable divine appointment. This is not a random glitch in your automated feed. This is not a coincidence burst by an algorithm, and this is certainly not a message you can afford to ignore, skip, or dismiss until tomorrow. The sovereign King of heaven and earth has thrown a massive, unavoidable roadblock directly across your path at this exact second, because he has seen the brutal, exhausting, and completely invisible war you have been waging behind closed doors where nobody else could possibly see your pain. He has personally stood as an unyielding witness in the room during those terrifying midnight hours when you wiped away your own bitter tears in absolute secrecy, hours when you desperately forced a razor-thin, brave smile onto your face the next morning just to convince the world that you weren't completely falling apart at the seams. For weeks, months, and perhaps even long, agonizing years, you have been crying out into what felt like a hollow, deafening void, begging for a single shred of clarity, demanding to know if your prayers were even piercing the ceiling of your room, and wondering in the deepest, most wounded chambers of your soul if you had been permanently forgotten, bypassed, or left behind to drown in the dark. But hear me with absolute, unyielding spiritual authority right now. Your long, grueling winter of restriction, agonizing waiting, and heavy silence is officially being terminated by the hand of the Almighty. The delay you have been enduring was never a sign of his cosmic rejection. It was a fierce, sovereign, and deeply protective concealment. God intentionally kept specific doors locked, bolted, and sealed because they were heavily laced with strategic, hidden traps designed by the enemy to completely sabotage your ultimate calling, and he only allowed you to feel the crushing, suffocating heat of the furnace because he was systematically refining your spirit to carry a weight of breakthrough, favor, and supernatural power that will completely defy human explanation. The kingdom of darkness deployed its absolute heaviest, most destructive artillery against your life-unrelenting anxiety, cold betrayal from people you trusted, sudden financial lack, and a systematic mental exhaustion, fully expecting you to panic, throw up your hands in total surrender, and accept the toxic lie that your story was completely over. But the enemy completely miscalculated your resilience and ran a deeply flawed spiritual operation, because he failed to realize that you weren't being buried in a silent graveyard. You were actually a wholly weaponized seed being planted in fertile dirt, and your moment to violently break through the topsoil has arrived. At this very millisecond, the atmospheric pressure in the spirit realm is violently shifting entirely.